Hi, this is Glenn Davis from Lenexa, Kansas, and today I'm going to play a song called Warm Snare in the Afrikaans language. That means hot strings. Anyway, this is a song I heard. There's a lot of guitar players in South Africa that played this song, and they all play it a little different. I focused on one guy named Blackie Swart. I liked his version of the song because he really puts a lot of cool guitar parts into it. And I copied what I could from him and made a shorter version, and that's what I'm going to be playing today. And then afterwards I'm going to share a little philosophy stuff with you, and then I'm going to give you a complete lesson on how to play the song, and then maybe end with one more little thing on philosophy. Anyway, let me get my guitar. Alright, here we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that song. Like I say, it's one of my favorites. Now, to share some philosophy with you, I think these South African players are so good on guitar because they didn't go to school. They must have skipped class. And I've been putting a lot of deep thought into that. And the reason I came up with this, I noticed every one of them, they spell guitar K-I-T-A-A-R. Can you imagine that? A whole country full of guitar players where no one knows how to spell it. They must have skipped spelling class, I guess. Well, that's a lot of deep thought, and now I'll show you an actual photograph of me sitting in my philosophy class where I came up with all these ways to do this deep thought. Here we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that picture. I was the one in the upper right-hand corner. I thought he said we were going to study Play-Doh, which I was an expert on that, but he said something else, and they had a book, everybody else, that said Play-Doh. Anyway, I didn't last long in that class anyway. He called me a knucklehead for some reason, and I thought it'd be better if I withdrew. Before I withdrew, though, I asked him if he thought a person like me could pass a philosophy class, and he thought about it and said, well, as long as that person isn't too much like you. Well, let's bring up some of the tab sheet, and I'll show you what that's like next. Okay, back again. I have my acoustic now. I'm going to do the lesson, and that I think you can see it a little better. I hope you can read the tab and print it out and get a big copy. It'll help you, but it's not necessary. I'm just going to play through it here slowly. A little bit. The first section is just A. Well, I'll do, the intro is A and an E7. Then I hit the A and the E7 once, and then go into this open E, a G flat, and then I go into like that. Now during the first section it's just A and E7, they're the only two chords played. When we get into the second section, it's close, but it's an A7 to a D, and finally when you're in the third section there, you're playing an A, a B minor, and an E7. So that's the chords on it, and the fourth section is just the second section repeated. So I'm going to play it real slow here, and you hopefully can follow and play along with this, and you'll learn how to do it. Second section. Now we start the third section, and to start I do another little intro that's not in the tablet. I just go, and then go into this. It's the same as this up here. It starts up, but it's down here an octave higher, so I go, and then go. And then I start back and back in playing the second section again. Sort of like that. Well, I hope that helps you, and you can learn from following that. Well, I hope the lesson helped a little bit, and thank Blackie Swart for putting his stuff out there that I could learn from. And one more thing about this deep thoughts I have on philosophy. I've been, I know I wasn't in the class that long, but I did learn a lot and it helped me think. And I was wondering about this age-old question, what hurts more, childbirth or a kick in the balls? And I want to tell you, I know women have had a child, and afterwards they say how painful it is, but a year or so later you might hear that woman say, I think I'd like to have another child. I never heard a guy say he'd like another kick in the balls, so there you go. Hope you found this entertaining and have a good day.